All right. Hey guys, crude oil starting at the monthly, drilling our way down. By the way, today's April 30th, Sunday, April 30th, 2023. All right, looking at the monthly, basically what we have is a $20 range. It's basically $20 from there to there, and it's $20 from there to there. It's a $20 range. And we continue sort of chopping along, violating levels to the upside, violating levels to the downside. It's just a mess and very difficult to trade. That's the monthly. Not a lot of clues on here other than I don't think it comes back up above the December high. And I think we're bouncing, yeah, but I think it came down impulsively. Now we're bouncing. You can't see any of that on this, but I think it comes back lower, further down into this range. Just looking at this monthly. The technicals continue to be bearish on the monthly. The weekly, the only thing I'm watching on the weekly, as I mentioned last week, is this weekly squeeze setup. Weekly dots on this tool are extremely rare on the weekly, especially when you can get 5 of them in a row. We've got 4 as of last week. It blinked during the week. It came off on that some of that strong down move. The dot went away, but then on this bounce, it's come back now towards the end of the week. So I'm looking for at least one more week with a red dot, and hopefully that'll get price back up into what I'm seeing as resistance, and then I can get short. But I'm going to be watching this as a clue. And then that dot will release on the following week. Whatever week I take my short trade, hopefully the following week the dot will disappear, and then we'll get some momentum to the downside, at which I'll start taking off the shorts. But I want to have a big enough position in futures that I can take off the shorts incrementally on the way down. Okay, that's my plan. And I'm using this tool on the weekly for clues. The daily, you can see the range. It came back down. We've retraced 50% of that move up, which, and the nature in which this came down impulsively, I think negates the idea of this being a wave 4 and then getting one more wave up as a wave 5. Also negating this being a 1-2 is that this is impulsive to the downside. So what does that mean? Well, if it's impulsive to the downside, what is it? What is it then? Okay, well, it's either wave 1 to the downside or it's wave A with a B wave bounce and then to the downside. So it's one of the, that's what it is. It's either one of those two. I took off the 1, 2, 3 over here and I made this an ABC now. Basically a 3-wave bounce right into this heavy resistance, which you've known about. It's been on my chart for like 10 months. And I'm looking for the bounce to come up into these fibs right here, the 618 and 764, which also coincide with another area that you've seen on my chart for a long time, 80.35 to 81.20 coincides with this 618 fib and the 764. So if this bounce can come up correctively into that zone, and then keep looking at the weekly and the monthly for clues, in particular the weekly, then this is where the short trade. This is where I think a good entry for a short trade would be. It's right up into there. All right, that's all I got. Good luck.